Hello and welcome to my daily devotional for Monday the 2nd of January. And our reading is from Luke chapter 2 and verses 27 to 32. And in the Spirit he went into the temple, and the parents of the child, Jesus, brought him to do to him as the custom of the law required. And he took him into his arms and blessed God and said, Now, Master, release your servant in peace according to your word, because my eyes have seen your salvation, which you prepared before the face of all the people, a light for a revelation of the nations and a glory of your people Israel. We have already seen that there were certain laws of the law that Joseph and Mary had to carry out, just as we have to register a birth soon after a baby is born. It was as they were doing this that they encountered two significant people, Simeon and Anna. We can only imagine that Simeon was so full of the Holy Spirit that he instantly recognized the baby in Mary's or Joseph's arms as being God's anointed one, the Christ. This is not hard to believe, since God had drawn them all together into the temple at the same time. The heart of Simeon must have leapt for joy at seeing them. It is one of the great things about living the life of Jesus that there are those occasions when there is a sudden revelation from him that makes our spiritual heart leap faster. Suddenly he opens our eyes and we see something that we had not seen before. We see the door opening into some promise that he has made to us, possibly many years before. This happened to Paul as he was on the road to Damascus. His purpose was to persecute the Christians. However, Jesus met him on the road and changed the whole purpose of his life. When he was baptized, his eyes were opened and he entered into a new purpose of preaching Jesus to the Gentiles. And that's in Acts chapter 9 and verses 1 to 19. For Simeon, the eyes of his soul were open to see the truth of Jesus. And Simeon blesses Jesus. This means that he was calling for God's favor to rest on Jesus and for God to prosper him. He was offering a prayer of consecration over Jesus. We do much the same thing when we have a service of dedication for parents and their young baby. It is also good for us to be praying in the same manner as Simeon over everyone who is born again, and also for one another as we daily pray for one another. May God's blessing, his favor, rest on each one of us today.